We're scooping Hilda Carter this week. Local Wal-Mart manager gets locked up. Learn all about it coming up next on Carolina People. This morning we're at Myrtle Beach Lighting on 17 Bypass, a little south of the back gate of the Myrtle Beach Air Force Base. We're focused on the Muscular Dystrophy Association's annual lockup, and we're visiting with one of its jailbirds, Jackie Thompson. Good morning, Jackie.
How are you?
Thank you so much for coming in this morning. It's a big morning.
Glad to be here.
You're going to be locked up in a couple hours.
Yes, sir.
We're getting you, keeping you out of jail for just a little bit.
Right.
For 30 minutes this morning. It's going to be a big morning.
Yes, it is.
You'll be calling folks all day.
Hope so. Hope they answer.
Yeah, that's right. I know my phone's going to be cut off. Yeah. I've had a lot of folks will be cutting them off knowing you're going to be calling.
Let's hope not.
This is not your first year doing this.
No, sir. I've actually been involved for about 10 years now.
10 years? With the Muscular Dystrophy Association's lockup?
Yes.
All here in Myrtle Beach?
Oh, no. I've been North Carolina, South Carolina, and parts of Georgia.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, is this something that, and of course I didn't introduce you as the store manager of the Wal-Mart there at Briarcliff Acres where 17 meets 22, but is this something that Wal-Mart does?
Wal-Mart participates in a lot of different charities, but this is just one, yes.
The Muscular Dystrophy Association. Of course, the annual telethon, the Labor Day telethon that Jerry Lewis puts on, that's been something Walmart's been supporting for years.
For a long time, yes, sir.
A big event. Break down what today's going to be like. Have you begun putting your list together?
Actually, I'm going to be on vacation this week, so I'll normally they would come to the store with a set of handcuffs and pull me out of one of the meetings that I would probably be in, and lock me up in handcuffs, parade me around the store. There'll be a lot of pictures taken.
Yeah.
And put me in a car and take me down to the Hampton Inn at Broadway at the beach, and they feed us pretty well there. But we've got a nice setup with a lot of telephones, and we call as many people as we can and get pledges to raise as much money as possible on that day.
So you physically go to a location, the Hampton Inn there at Broadway at the beach. Right. I did not know that. I thought you were making all the calls from the...
No. They'll take us down there and keep us until we raise whatever our bail might be.
Yeah,
I think this year my bail is going to be about $4,000. So.
I heard it was $14,000.
Oh, no. That'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great if we could raise that much.
It's $4,000 bucks. So you're going to be on the horn. So you'll be on the horn from.
Well, hopefully it won't take that long.
Right.
But, yeah.
You've got. Can you divulge? Can we get into the list a little bit? Some of the folks you've been thinking about.
Well, I'll be calling all the local store managers here in town. The Wal-Mart store managers. There's 5 Wal-Marts here between North Myrtle Beach, 2 in Myrtle Beach, Surfside, and Conway. I'll be calling, of course, my dad, Jack Thompson.
Oh, yeah, Jack Thompson, right.
Right.
He's going to pull out the big, but he'll probably give you the $4,000 himself.
Well, he just might. He just might.
The sale of his books.
Right. I'll be calling a lot of my mom's friends, B.J. Thomas, Harry Thomas, a lot of the local vendors that support us at the stores, Coke, Pepsi, Frito-Lay, Nabisco.
That's great thinking. That's probably a great way.
Got quite a network of people I can call.
That's good thinking, to tap them. And you mentioned your mom. You didn't say her by name, though. Is that Herald columnist Hilda Carter?
That's the one, yes.
Yeah. The one who...
She's been a lot of help, too, with her contacts.
I bet she is probably pulling out her black book.
That's right.
Probably got some dangerous numbers to call as well. You better put it. You ought to just announce a $14,000 goal with your mom involved.
Right.
It's a big deal. Did you actually grow up here in Myrtle Beach?
Actually, I was born here in Myrtle Beach. One of the few that in the old
that
Coastal Grand
Hospital,
Ocean View Hospital on 79th Avenue. But then transplanted into Sumter, South Carolina. Grew up in Sumter, went to high school there and graduated, and then ended up back in Myrtle Beach in my teens. After I graduated from high school, spent some time in Georgia, and ended up back in Myrtle Beach when I was about 18.
Is that right?
Yeah. Myrtle Beach has changed an awful lot over the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
When you were 18, not to date you, but that's 15, 20 years ago?
At least 15.
15 years ago, yeah.
Right.
And so it has changed a heck of a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Since,
We didn't have the Broadway at the beach and the new Colonial Mall or the Carolina Grand.
Coastal
Grand Mall.
Right, right.
Didn't have any of that. The biggest thing going in was the Wal-Mart Pottery.
Yeah, that's right. And that was huge back then.
Right. It was a big deal back then. But
And
now
that-
I think it's going to be the
Hard Rock theme park. Yeah, it's
Looking
amazing.
forward to that.
I wonder if a Walmart's going to crop out there. Actually, there's one on 501, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
A pretty big location there. And Walmart's really set up in what may not be central locations when they arrive, but they become
Right.
after a few years. They really do. It's fascinating. I was eating at California Dreamin' this weekend and heard the young lady there on the phone answering, and someone was calling in asking for directions. She said, "We're right behind Walmart."
Oh, yeah.
And folks there in Surfside, obviously anyone in Surfside would know where that is.
Definite landmark.
It is. That's been a top performing or a very strong.
Actually, the Surfside store has been the #1 store in the state of South Carolina for many years.
No way.
Still is currently. Yeah.
Is that right? What do you think helps make it that?
Location,
Yeah.
location.
It's is that all the folks who went to the campground or
Right.
the campgrounds? They stop there prior to rolling in.
And it's a good store, too.
Yeah, yeah. And y'all have a new district manager, I understand.
Scott Miller, yes, we do. He's been with us a little over a month, maybe 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he came over from, I believe, A&P and Food Line.
Is that right?
Been a good addition to our team.
I saw an interesting fact at a place, WalmartFacts.com. There was a real interesting point that a number of the store managers, at least 75% of the store managers, had started in hourly positions there
Yeah.
at Walmart. Not necessarily like you just
Myself
mentioned.
included, I
Right.
did.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
What year was that?
1986, actually. I
You
started
celebrated-
when I was in high school. Got a job in the pet department, working part-time after school and running a cash register, and moved around in different areas of the store over quite a few years, and eventually got into management and managed a store up in North Carolina, Washington, North Carolina.
Right, right.
And had some success, and
Oh, yeah.
the company allowed me to come home and manage the store here in my hometown. So that doesn't happen very often.
No, I
Very
bet-
fortunate.
I bet that doesn't. So you've been with the company right at 20 years now.
21 years.
21 years. That is incredible, Jackie.
Yep.
I bet Walmart's changed a good bit in that 20 years.
It sure has. We're going through what we call a transformation right now.
I think I saw there's north of 1.3 million associates within the...
1.3 million and 1.8 million in the world, globally.
Is that right?
Almost 2
2 million folks globally.
Right. We're
Have
the
you-
largest employer in the world next to the federal government.
Wow. The U.S. government. Yeah.
Right.
That is
right.
incredible. Have you traveled to any stores outside of the country?
No, sir. No, sir.
You've never visited any?
Never.
I wonder what they'd be like, or if there'd be any market differences.
Well, I'm
there.
sure once you get in, they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
But looking from the outside, if you're in China, the culture there would. I've seen a lot of video of the stores there, and they cater to the local community. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fresh seafood and vegetables and things like that, predominantly in those stores.
I think I saw there's 50 super centers throughout the state of
State of
South
South
Carolina,
Carolina, that's
which is
right.
pretty big. And in North Carolina, and I guess they're the largest private employer in the state.
Yes, sir.
I know they are in North Carolina considerably. And there's some big companies in North Carolina, unlike South Carolina. I mean, when you think of some of the banks and otherwise,
Right.
There's a
Right.
heck of a lot of large employers, but Walmart has outpaced them all. It's incredible. And what's that like working with a company that large, Jackie?
Well, it's
It's pretty exciting.
well, it is, but you don't think of it as 2 million associates. You
Right.
know, we currently have about 400 in the store that I manage, and I treat that as my company or my
Yeah.
store. And,
Yeah.
you don't think about it on the grand scale of 3,800 super centers and 2 million associates. It's I've got 400, and that's enough to keep me busy.
Oh, my God, yeah. 400 folks you're working with.
Right.
That's incredible. I think earlier this morning you mentioned that it peak weeks during the summer. Y'all are having as many as 80,000
Oh, absolutely.
persons come
June,
through
July,
your register.
Absolutely.
Come through the registers.
And that's
there.
that's not the customers in the store. That's just the ones that go through the registers.
That is incredible
It's quite a challenge.
to see that, and you
But it's
said-
exciting, too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And do you have a chance to meet a lot of the folks there in the store?
Absolutely.
You're out a good bit.
Oh, yes.
Right, right.
My office is out on the sales floor.
Is that right? Yeah, yeah. You really
Right.
need to get a feel of that. And of course, for you, having been with the company more than 20 years and in different stores, I think I saw during the 21 years you'd been at 9 different locations.
Right.
Had an opportunity to experience 9 different locations, which is a great thing. And a couple of those here in the state, Sumter and here, and some of the others were in
Eastern North Carolina.
In Eastern North Carolina.
Wilmington. Spent quite a few years in Wilmington, New Bern, North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina, Washington, North Carolina. Great little town in Washington. Gainesville, Georgia. Spent some time in Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, that was right after high school, and I moved down to Georgia and lived on a sailboat actually for a
Really?
year.
No way. For a year. I bet your
1
mother
year.
liked that.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
It was great in the summertime, but in the wintertime, when it got cold out on the lake, we were the only ones there. Me and my sister and my sister's boyfriend, and it was quite tasking out there.
Yeah, I bet. Something you never forget, though.
No. Learned a lot. Grew up a lot, actually, in that year. So, and then moved back to Myrtle Beach. So,
Do you have family with you here in the area?
5 brothers, 2 sisters here. My mom and my dad are both here.
Right.
So I'm very fortunate. Got one brother 4 brothers here. One's in Sumter.
One is in Sumter.
Right.
And then 4 others that are spread out here.
Right.
That's
In the
incredible.
Myrtle Beach area. Right.
That is incredible. And I think I saw that did you meet your wife Tammy there when you were in Wilmington?
She actually, we met at Wal-Mart.
Is that right?
She
I didn't
was
know that.
She was a Wal-Mart associate, and I was working at the Wal-Mart on 79th Avenue, and she was working at the Wal-Mart in Wilmington. And from time to time, when we do remodeling projects, we usually send associates down to help. She actually came down to help, take us through a remodel, and really didn't want to have anything to do with me at the time. Kind of brushed me off. But when I transferred to Wilmington, she was there and remembered me from the Myrtle Beach store. So we had something in common.
Yeah.
And we struck up a conversation, eventually a relationship, and then 10 years later, 2 kids. And
Wow, yes.
It's been great.
And your children, that's Madison and Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing kids.